Some of the things that we have, the lies that we believed, the limitations that we've put, and the barriers we've put on the ways of love, and we need to go in an inner journey to deal with those things, because you deserve to experience love in its purest form. I am worthy of love. Hello, welcome back. This is Redeeming Echoes, and my name is Anne Kavranja. I hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna start with affirmation, and if you have to shout it, if you have to write it down, if you have to dance, if you have to look like you are crazy, like you've lost your mind, but the next few days, if you have to tell yourself, I am worthy of love, you are worthy of love. Say it. Breathe it in, breathe it out. And in doing so, allow pauses in between and just gauge how you feel when you say that. If it triggers you, good. We like that. If it makes you dance because of the freedom that it brings, even better. But we like the triggers. You know why? Because the triggers reveal some of the things that we have, the lies that we believed, the limitations that we've put, and the barriers we've put on the ways of love, and we need to go in an inner journey to deal with those things, because you deserve to experience love in its purest form. And I love the verse, for God so loved the world that he gave. And if nobody have told you they love you today, please go and read that. For God so loved the world that he gave. For God so loved me, make it personal. For God so loved me that he gave his one and only son. That's how much he loves you. That's how much, it's even hard to explain. And we don't sit down and meditate on that a lot, because we've allowed first mentions of some of the things that we believe the love is, and sometimes we've allowed ourselves to believe the lie that I need to do for me to be loved. I need to perform for me to feel worthy of being loved. But if we approach life from the place of I am loved, therefore I am loved, therefore this is how I do life, then a lot of healing will come from that. And our heart will be open to receive, open to heal and deal with some of the trauma, the baggage that we've carried for so long. And maybe this is a good year to get healed. Maybe this is a good month to go through this and allow that to happen. I'm just going to read, actually, I'm going to paraphrase it in Mark 12. Let me check that. I need to do the right quote here. Mark 12:20, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and with all your strength. Then it's not there, but I'm saying then love your neighbor as you love yourself. We talk a lot about loving the Lord, because that's, without that, who, the God who is love, then from there we know who we are and we're able to love ourselves. And from that place, then we can be able to extend that love to others. But I'm thinking about, okay, probably let's journey together. And I know this will continue in the next episode, because in loving the Lord with our heart, our mind and soul, because we mirror, as we behold him, we become. So in beholding God, in beholding the divine in our mind, there's a renewal of mind that is happening. And we become that which is the mind of Christ. And even our soul, as we seek to heal, as we seek to know who he is, because in knowing who God is, we know who we are in that journey. Because as we begin to behold him in our soul, and anything that stands in the way of love is dealt with, and that looks like wholeness, healing, learning and learning, deconstruction that happens, then, our soul prospers even as we prosper. And this is the same journey even with our strength. We realize that in our weakness, he is strong. So we don't rely on our strength. We don't rely on the knowledge that we have, but rather we realize there's a place where he says, come up higher and I'll show you what must take place. Come up higher and I'll actually show you who you are. And then when you see who you are, we'll go through a journey of dealing with the lies that you believed, the narrative that you've told yourself many times that does not align to the word, that does not align to who God says that you are. And we're not going to look at loving our neighbors. We will focus on, let's just journey on loving ourselves and the mind part, loving God with our mind. That opens up these doorways where, I don't want to say there's conflict, but when we stand before the truth and some of the things that we have believed about ourselves, that keyword that I use, the trigger, it begins to, this is who he's saying I am. This is what I believe that I am. And what I've believed, because I believed it for too long, it has become my song. It has become my truth. But it is not necessarily the truth. And how do that, allowing that journey, allowing the unfolding of that to happen, and the reason why we're allowing that, it's coming back to, you're worthy of that love. You're worthy of a mindset that is whole. You're worthy of a mind that knows love, a mind that when you listen to a truth, you know it because you've come into alignment with that. When you don't, there's inner dialogue that happen, that inner critic that always speaks, you're not listening to a sound that tells you how bad you are and how you will fail and, just talking down on you, because that is not love. Because anything that looks like that, anything that it does not speak, it does not call you into the destiny that God has called you into. It does not speak goodness. It does not, because he says, for I know the plans that I have for you, the plans to prosper you. For I know the plans that I have for you. And these plans means that you have a good future and a hope. So what is that inner dialogue that you're speaking and you're telling yourself right now? And does it look like the fruit thereof will be good fruits or bad, rotten fruit? Because all you've done is speak death to yourself as opposed to speaking life. And I know it's easier when we project that to other people and we speak that to people because maybe we don't like how they do things. But at the moment, in this episode, rather, it's about us loving yourself so that you can be able to love your neighbor. And healing. There is a quote that I love. Let me look for it, by Rumi. And he stated that your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you've built against it. Your task is not to seek for love. You know why your task is not to seek for love? Because love has already found you. Love has a name. Love lives inside of me, inside of you. Christ in you, the hope of glory. And just, love found you. But the question is, what are those things? What are the barriers that we have built against love, against ourselves? What are the lies that we have believed? What are the limiting beliefs, that we've actually built a castle with lies and unlimited beliefs of who we are, and And we've allowed ourselves to dwell in that castle that we know it will fall anytime because it's not grounded in the truth of who he says that you are. And obviously the consequences of that is how it affects everything that we do. And literally everything that we do. Because if our beliefs, our beliefs are not in line with the truth, then even when it comes to relationships, when it comes to starting businesses, when it comes to creativity, because if you have believed for a long time that you're not worth of success, you're not worth of walking in wealth, then when anybody or any opportunity that comes your way that is of that magnitude, it scares you and you've run away because subconsciously you are telling yourself, I'm not worth of that. Vocally, you're saying, oh, I'm gonna wait on God, let me pray about it, I'm still waiting to hear about this from God, if it's for me or not. Or maybe this is not the time. Obviously, there are things that we wait because we know that is not the season for it. We hold them in our heart, but we know we will pursue them at some point. And there are things that we know they're not for us. But what are opportunities that have come your way and you came up with an excuse not to do it because maybe you did not, that's not how you saw it. You didn't see it that somehow there are things that you've not dealt with in yourself. So you believe that you could not do it. Because the beauty of the love that we believe in, Yeshua, it's he who redeems, the beauty of who he is, he's a God of many chances. And yeah, he is good. He is good. And I'm speaking this from that place of remember that he's good. Remember that even if you sit down within yourself and ask these questions, what are the mindsets that I need to work on, and be honest, just ask him and have your pen and paper and write some of the things that are going to come up. And in doing so, there are some opportunities that he will remind you that he had put before you and you didn't run with them because of where you are at that particular season of your life. And there's no condemnation in him. That's the beauty of the God that we serve. It's when those things come up, it's now, what do I need? What are the tools I need to run with it? Even as I walk with you, Yahweh, to change my mindset on how I believe about myself. I'm going to pursue this. I'm going to pursue this by faith, and I'm going to go for it because I know you are with me. Everything that I need, you have already given it to me. I just need to see that. I just need to awaken to what you are saying about me. I need to awaken to the mind of Christ that I already am. I need to awaken to a soul that is whole, a body that is whole. And I know it's a journey that I need to go through with you, but I'm willing to. You know why I'm willing to? Because you've given me a helper. Ruach HaKodesh. I have the Holy Spirit who is there to support us, to help us. And he will never leave us. He is Emmanuel, God with us. So yeah, I'm probably in the next episode, we will journey more on this and how we see ourselves, how we love ourselves or not love ourselves. We project that, hence why it starts with us. Love yourself as you love your neighbors. And the beauty of journeying in this and knowing how well loved you are, then it's okay to make mistakes. I will start this venture, and if I make mistakes, it's okay. Because the question is, what if you don't? But the truth is, you will make mistakes. You will make mistakes. And there are things that we start and we fail. And And because we've been taught that, when you fail, maybe you did something wrong. Maybe in the failing, there's an expansion that has happened in you and has created this vessel that the next venture, the next step that you're going to take, because of the learning that has come, the stretching that has come from what you did before, now you're in a place of maturity that you can handle what you're about to step into. We don't give up. Don't give up on love. Don't give up on loving yourself. Do not, because you're worth it. And I know we normally, it's a verse that we all quote, and it's beautiful, loving the Lord and then loving ourselves. But in loving ourselves, it's loving the Lord. Because in accepting who we are, who He says that we are, that's worship. It is. And step into the fullness of who He has called us to be and to become. That is worship. Remember, creation, all creation, not just earth, all creation awaits. And we're talking about eager expectation of sons. That's us coming into fullness in our body, in our spirit, in our soul. We're coming to the fullness of who He says that we are. And who are we? As He is, so are we. So yes, another reminder that you're worthy of love. Much love.